Hey y'all, Bloodwing here, back to bring you some grumpiness. You know, sometimes in doing this I come across some pretty upsetting, dark, even maddening things. But sometimes you run across somebody that you think just might be worth saving. And the person we're going to look at today is just such a person. There might be hope for her. And so, without further ado, let's get right into something that I like to call Whack a Feminist.
So we're shaky, we're handheld, and I've got bags under my eyes that can carry a week's shopping for a family of 4.
You're a cheeky one, aren't you? I like that.
But recently, Kim Kardashian said something.
Kim Kardashian? You mean the chick with the big butt that made herself famous by leaking her own sex tape? That Kim Kardashian? And you're listening to her? This ought to be real good.
That caught my attention, and thoughts are developing, and I need to order those thoughts, and this is how I want to do it.
Sweetheart, I hate to tell you, but Kim Kardashian and thoughts developing don't belong in the same sentence.
So, recently she said something about feminism, and it was interesting. Now bear with me, because it might be good. This might be good, I've got a feeling.
I've got a feeling I can't hide. Oh no. Oh no.
She doesn't label herself a feminist, and she gives eloquent reason as to why. So she says, I feel that being grouped or labelled can create separation between people who do or don't fall into certain categories when they may actually share many of the same beliefs or goals. It's not about he, she, gay, straight, white, black. The fight for equality is about all human beings being treated equally, regardless of gender, sexuality or ethnicity. It's a simple, personal choice that I don't like the idea of being labelled. I'll always fight for women's rights. Always. I support women to the fullest. But at the end of the day, no one should feel pressured to be labelled as anything just because they believe in certain things and support certain values or ideals.
Oh no. It's a sign of the apocalypse. I actually agree with something Miss Big Butt said. Miss Kim Kardashian. She's right. There's no reason we ought to be labeled. And I wish she'd tell that to all the feminists that tell all the women that don't want to be labeled as feminist that, because if you're not a feminist, then you know you're just you're bowing down, you're submitting to your husband and blah 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 blah. Well, I actually agree with her.
Here's where the thoughts are happening. So recently I also watched a video by Lena Norms called Am I a Feminist? I know she uploaded it a long time ago, but I'm only recently on the Lena Norms train, and I like where I'm going. So I found one of her old videos. That's what it was called, so it interested me. So I had a watch, and in that she says she is a feminist, but she's also not a feminist.
Wait a minute. She is a feminist, but she isn't a feminist? You can't be one and the other. They are mutually exclusive of one or the other. You're one or the other. I'm not a feminist, and there's no way in heck that I'm also a feminist. I'm an egalitarian. I believe in equal rights for everybody, not just for one specific gender. Now, you starting to see where this little lovely is just a little bit confused?
So when she is talking to people who might not understand what feminism actually is, she explains what it is to them before introducing the word feminist to them in a new way.
Oh, the old sneaky type. You know, that's a common tactic used by cults, you know. They'll tell you all this stuff, make what they're telling you sound all good, and you're all wanted, and you've really found something great, especially before they start introducing all the crazy junk. Yeah, I can't blame her for wanting to come out front, but it's kind of disingenuous.
And I think that's a good approach to it, because the word feminism does actually create a kind of atmosphere.
Yay! At least you get that much. It does create an atmosphere. People don't want to be labeled with it because they see all the people like Big Red and Trigglypuff and Christy Winters and all this other crap that's out there. They don't want to be associated with that. Puts fear in the heart of man.
Which is exactly why we need feminism in the first place.
Oh, now see, you done went and blowed it. You doubled back on yourself. Make up your mind, sweetheart. You're going to really give yourself a headache. Get yourself all confused.
But there's a definite atmosphere, and quite a lot of people get turned off by being labelled a feminist, and they go, oh, I'm not a feminist, I'm a humanist, or I'm an equalitist, or whatever stuff they spew out when they're trying not to be labelled as a feminist.
I already said it. It's egalitarian's what you're looking for there in all those words. That's why people don't want to be associated with feminist, because they want equality of all people, not just women. And sweetheart, I know you haven't figured it out yet, but that's not what feminism is.
Feminism is the belief that men and women, regardless of race, sexuality, class, should be equal, no matter what.
Yeah, I can talk with emphasis too. No, it's not. I told you. You're describing egalitarianism, not feminism. Feminism is simply to promote women. In fact, third wave feminism has gotten to the point that they want to promote women over men. Oh, you are so messed up in this, aren't you?
Good value, good belief system.
Yes, egalitarianism is a good belief system, isn't it? Thank you.
What I'm trying to get at is, does feminism need a new approach? Can we go around saying to people, I am a feminist, and then they switch off and don't listen to the rest of our, I want to say argument, but argument isn't the right word for it.
Oh, you had it right. It generally is an argument.
Belief system, way of thinking, if you can come up with a better word than argument for what I'm meaning, then tell me, because learning is good.
Yes, learning is good. That's exactly why I'm here. Don't worry, you're in good hands, dear.
People getting turned off at the word feminist, they switch off. They don't want to listen anymore. So, what can we do to not make them listen?
Are you sure about? A lot of your fellow feminist compatriots have a different idea about that.
But make them more interested in listening to it and hopefully get them on board. Like quite a lot of, I don't want to generalise, but quite a lot of men do like go, when they hear the word feminism.
I guess some do, yes. They're called cucks, beta males, girly boys, sissy boys.
Word feminism is very important, and it should be spread around more than it is being, without the level of contempt that it's often greeted with. Because I don't want to be talking about this anymore. Like, I shouldn't be talking about this anymore. We should be at that point, but we're not.
Yes, we are there. Look, we've all said it over and over, but I'll say it for you one more time, and I'll try to say it slowly so you can keep up, okay? First wave feminism was good. It done some good things. It brought the vote to women and so forth. Second wave feminism done a lot of good things. It broke the glass ceiling, brought equal pay, all of those things. But now we have third wave feminism. all those obstacles have already been taken out of the way. They have no purpose. There are laws in place to keep from discriminating against women. There is absolutely no need for it. And that's exactly why they've moved on to bullying men.
I want to work to the point where feminism isn't needed anymore. Like,
pay attention, dear. I already explained that to you.
it's not a concept that needs to stay around. It isn't. So once we've solved the problem, it can go.
And exactly our point. See, you're getting there. We're already at a point that it's not needed anymore, and it can certainly go.
But we haven't solved the problem, and that's why it's still around. People saying, oh, you shouldn't be a feminist anymore, you've got equal rights. Not necessarily true.
Not necessarily true. Why? Because reasons?
Because of quite a lot of things, especially things that are happening in America with people running on pro-life platforms and suppressing women's right to choice.
And you're reaching there. That absolutely does not happen. Do people oppose pro-choice? Yes, people are pro-life. But even they know, and we know, and everybody knows that woman has control of her own body. Laws are in place. Abortion is legal. You're beating another dead horse. What's actually the problem that you're discussing is people that are opposing that, and they're welcome to their opinion. They can have it. And if you're opposed to that, then you're opposed to free speech. But the fact of the matter is, you have the laws in place that gives you complete control over your own body.
So we're not there. We so are not there. And then there's women in the Eastern world that get a significant amount less than we do.
And it might surprise you to hear me say that, yes, people in the Middle East, in the Eastern world, probably do need feminism. They are oppressed. There is a patriarchy, but not here in the West. That's what we all keep saying. Quit beating us up here and go beat them up there. You know, instead of having your rallies and your slut walks and everything else that you have here, why don't you put all that effort into doing whatever you can to make sure that these poor Middle Eastern women are not oppressed anymore? I'll applaud you.
To even consider feminism and to put that we need to...
Take your time. Don't force it, sweetheart. You're going to give yourself an aneurysm trying to think too hard. Now, come on. You can do it.
Assess our own privilege before we can fix anything. I'm very privileged. I know my own privilege. I am white. I live in the Western world. I am straight. I am cisgendered. Very privileged things.
Oh, here we go with the check your privilege thing. Yes, you are all those things. White, cisgendered, all those things. But in the Western world, they are not privileges. We are equal. There are laws in place to make sure that is so. I get so tired of this argument.
There are women who are a lot less privileged than I am. There are men who are a lot less privileged than I am. So to understand anything, we need to put our own privilege into perspective before we change anything else. So, do we need another approach? Is where I'm going with this. So, with Kim Kardashian and labels creating separation, and Lena Norm's Am I a Feminist? Not a feminist, I am a feminist.
Not a feminist, I am a feminist.
Not a feminist, I am a feminist.
See how confused this poor girl is? We've got to get together and help her. Please, we've got to think of the children, think of our future. Oh, the humanity.
The cheerleader, save the world.
Argument, which I will link below because it is really, really interesting video. And so many thoughts are happening and I don't know what to do with them. Talk to me. Like, I haven't really made much sense, and when I watch this back in a couple of days when I've had enough sleep, then maybe it won't make any sense to me and I'll have to refilm the whole thing. But talk to me in the comments
Don't worry, sweetheart. That's why we're here, to help you. I know you're confused, but I don't think that you're so far gone that maybe you can still be helped. That's why we're all here, just to help you escape from the evil clutches, the evil maw of feminism. Anyway, that's all the time I have for today. And as always, get out of my yard.